for the semesters have changed a bit of the order. I think we're going to go some review, of course, the mathematics that we're going to use, and the two major components that we're going to see in the first half of the semester, I think, is the consumer theory and producer theory. And related to that, we're going to go into general equilibrium first, before look at market failures, and after that, game theory, and related to game theory is contract theory and also mechanism design. Okay, so usually general equilibrium is going to be at the end, or maybe after market failures and externalities and so on. But I think it's important to understand general equilibrium first before we look at market failures, right? So we put general equilibrium first so that it flows well with the consumer and producer theory, that and also the, what do you call that, with the assumption of a perfectly competitive market and so on. So before we look at imperfect competition, that is considered as market failures, and we look at the do an analysis on relations between markets in the setting of perfect competition first, right? And in game theory, we will basically do a direct application rather than looking at the specific chapters, right, or topics. So game theory basically going to be applied to understand market structure and how firms, in particular oligopolistic type of competition, right? So we're going to do game theory and at the same time do the oligopolistic competition, and it's also applied to understand the information asymmetries, right? And we also will do it what do you call that, at the same time, right? Understanding game theory as well as its application in some of the microeconomic topics. And these are some of the books which is that you can refer to. And most of the time, I think you can refer to Snyder and Nicholson, the microeconomic theory, basics and extensions. And some others, like other books, are nice to read as an additional information. Sometimes the way they explain in their book will be different. So, if you have multiple books and look at multiple resources, then it might help you in understanding it better. Then we have, of course, Luther, Strategies and Games, and also Gibbons. These are all related to game theory topics that we're going to see, right? So let me just go to the components first, right? So the grading, as usual, it's UM's rules and regulation, saying that we only can publish grades to student and not the the actual marks to the student. So you only going to see ABC, rather than whether you got 89.5 or 78.99, something like that, right? So only grades will be published for the assessment and evaluation purposes. And the components of the assessment are the problem sets, which will contribute 10% to the final grades. And the thing that we cannot negotiate is the final examination, because the structure is that